I have always had some reservations about ground mount solar in some contexts. There's obviously a concern about land take and whether it competes with farmland. Um, and so when we found the Whiteborough site, it was a real win for us because it's on the what was formerly a coal mine and a coal mine that was filled in and is now I mean I think Rich it's fair to say it's very low grade. It's grade 4 agricultural land.
Yeah.
Um, and so there was an opportunity to use a site that was not very valuable for agriculture and where we could do a little bit more actually. We could go and enhance biodiversity on the site considerably from where we're at. Um, uh, and then because we like our projects to be more complicated, we also decided to try and make this an extremely low carbon solar park. So we have opted to build half of it with second life solar. So solar that's being decommissioned somewhere else that we can reuse on our site, which means that the embodied carbon is very low. We don't really have figures to compare with others, but it would be one of the lowest ever built in the UK, we think. It's simple really, but we originally thought, well, let's do a raise in the summer for 800,000 and then come back later on for another raise in the winter, broadly speaking, for a million. I mean, what's happened is we've had a really great response to the bond offer. And so the logic has been, well, let's just try and get it all raised now. And we're getting quite close to that target. So it's really been a remarkable response. So we don't know yet because we haven't done a lot of chatting to all the people who've applied and for bonds. What it is that's got people's interest. I mean, clearly there's the ISA wrapper, which makes it appealing from a sort of financial point of view. But I think probably the wider story and what we're trying to achieve with Whiteborough has struck a chord with people as well.
It's exciting to see things happening. We have broken ground on the sites. We have started work upgrading the access track. There's all the very kind of mundane stuff that isn't very whizzy, not the high tech end of it. It's really just shoveling around the mud, piling in the stones, doing the very basics like finding somewhere to park your welfare trucks where people can go and have their sandwiches. At lunchtime, there's getting a supply of fresh water to the site, all this kind of thing. We've also done some of the ecological works as well, which is nice. As John's mentioned, we really want to improve the situation there. So we've done the kind of the initial kind of harrowing, opening up some of the bare soil and seeding with some wildflower mix to get that in, and it'll be well trodden in, I should imagine, over the next few weeks. And then on the Thursday, we're back onto site for a big, what's called marking out. I mean, this is a sort of a standard part of any kind of construction project where you have a surveyor go around with high accuracy GPS and basically just draw out and mark out with flags all the locations that will show us, where our fence line's going, where our, where the track's getting up to, where the transformer's sitting, all that kind of stuff. So it's a standard part of a construction project, but this really means that we can, get everyone to work on their various bits now. From this point on, we can actually get the people then to pile, and that's where you're going to pile and knock the rods into the ground that the panels are going to sit on, and so on. So yeah, it's a real turning point where we're starting to, well, I would say cook on gas, but that's entirely inappropriate given the decarbonisation aims. But I understand what I mean. Cook on induction. The civils are going to kick off week after next in earnest, and then we are starting to deliver things to site. First up is the security. We're trying to get the perimeter up. So October and November are going to be 2 months of very intense work. We have the grid connection we're expecting to be built out. We've got quite a long track down the road to the point of connection. So it's all going to be happening kind of in parallel. We have different contractors doing things at the same time, and we're hoping basically our target is that we want to be installed, have everything in place I think it's next. Is it February? I think is our target.
We are very aware that there are problems with the solar supply chain around human rights issues, particularly in Xinjiang in China. And it's actually pretty hard to buy new panels that are kind of definitely not implicated in that supply chain. And we do a lot of work to make sure we do that. Um, and that's one reason why we've elected to use Second Life panels. So in a way, it's a different approach to ethical sourcing. But for the new panels we're using on site, we obtain those from Meyer Burger. They are pretty much the best in terms of ethical sourcing. And we've bought those. Those are in a warehouse close to the site, ready to go on. So that's how that all kind of ties together. But I think for the wider Big Solar Co-op, I mean, I think our focus, our everyday focus remains on rooftop solar. There's an awful lot more to build out there, and that's community buildings and commercial. So we're continuing to build out the sites for Mid-Counties Cooperative, so they're supermarket sites. We've got a visitor centre that we're building very soon. We've got some schools. We've got some um, sheltered housing where we're putting solar. We've got a heritage railway, a golf club. You know, there's a really interesting range of different places that have big roofs and use a lot of energy where we can really make a difference and make something viable. And that remains our focus. But if we come across new opportunities to do larger scale projects, yeah, we certainly will look at them.